Hi and welcome to another Smart Learner Driving School video. In today's lesson we are going to be talking about emerging from junctions turning right. It's very important as always, starting off recapping the previous lesson with your pupil. Once you've done all of that, you go through the bullet points of today's diagram if necessary for the pupil to understand the basics of emerging. Once you've done that, highlight to them as well what they want to achieve from today's lesson, what's their main goal and objective that they want to walk out with from today's lesson. Once that's done, you go through the diagram, remembering the MSPSL routine. Now, if the student has already done the left junctions, it'll make life easier by just asking them the questions like, what mirrors would you use now for turning right? So remembering it's the center right mirror, making sure going through why they need to check the mirrors again, just giving them a quick reminder if needed, the reasons why we check the mirrors, or prompting them to get them the answer out of them. Once you've gone through the mirrors, you'll be going through the signal. It's very important as well, again going through the risk management side of things with the signal. What could happen if we didn't, if we signal too late, or if we didn't signal at all, if we signal too early, going through all of that. Position, as you know, is very important as well, making sure the vehicle's positioned correctly. And again, if a lot of instructors do use reference points, if you do have one in your car, you can potentially use a reference point, making sure the student understands the risks of going over that center line in the path of oncoming traffic, so they fully understand the risks and dangers of doing that. So once the positioning is done, the speed, again depending on the junction that you're approaching, if it's an open junction and a closed junction, so again speak to your pupil about that. Again, if you've already discussed this with them previously, you can now question them on it, because remember, it's very important to give the knowledge to question the knowledge. So if you haven't spoken to them about that already, you best off just telling them, otherwise question them. So once you've gone through that, you'll be now going on to the speed itself. Again, the approach speed is very important, as you're all aware. Once the approach the open closed junctions is walking pace and jogging pace, and where to do it from, so they can fully understand the risks behind it if they approach it too fast, if they were to approach it too slow. And then finally, it's the stopping reference as well, getting to the giveaway line, lining up your reference point with the giveaway line. So again, going through the risks of what could happen potentially if we go too far behind the line, or if we go too far forward from the line. So it's very important that people understands the risks for everything. And then finally, it's the look element, getting the people to understand how critical and how important the look is, making sure everything is clear before they emerge turning right. So as you know, we start from the right, straight ahead and left, minimum twice, making sure that people fully sees that everything is clear. Now, a lot of other things could be, you got to take into factor, where there could be parked vehicles, there could be a hedge, it could be a wall that's restricting the view. Again, talk to them about peep and creep, what they need to do there, how they control it. In an automatic car, it's just with the brake pedal, edging the car forward. But very important again is, whilst they're doing that, they do not stay in their driving position. Again, speak to them about the risk about staying in your driving position and letting the car move forward, so that people fully understands that the fact that they got to lean forward too, in order to give them that extra awareness of what's going on. Okay, and again, once you're out into the new road, getting the people to turn, and then once they've done the turn, as always, checking all three mirrors just to make sure everything around them is safe before they start to give the gas pedal. Again, going through the risks of not checking, what could be the risk of not checking your mirrors on the new road, or yeah, anything like that will be great for the pupil. Once they've done a couple of turns, it's very important now you evaluate the lesson as always, see how the pupil's getting on by the grading system, on their confidence or on their ability, whichever it may be. Once you've done that, the pupils should then hopefully start to learn. But remember, give them a chance to do a couple before you start doing the grading. It's not really fair just if it's the first time they're doing it for the first one and then start grading them straight away, because the pupils just done it for the first time. So once you've done the grading halfway through, well, midway or whatever through the lesson, you've done the grading with the pupil, and then with the confidence levels, then you can see what help and support they actually need now. Very important again is like, if you're giving them a full talk through, sharing the responsibility at the start, if you are giving them a full talk through to start off with, it's very important that you start recognizing any elements from the MSPSL routine that your pupils probably doing by themselves, in order for you to give back responsibility to the pupil. Thank you very much.